So now we're on Anubis versus AverageTunaEnjoyer. I definitely don't want to smell him at night. Okay, so Anubis is running British again, and AverageTunaEnjoyer is playing as the United States. So, USA versus Brits. This is a matchup we've seen time and time again here. It really comes down to what the USA is exactly running and how well they're running it, right? Because Brits are a really tough civ to come over. And Anubis, he's a very strong British player, you know? He really knows what he's doing there. He has beaten up quite a few players in this tournament with his effective management of his mana boom, as well as his timing for things like his age up and stuff. So I think in general you gotta watch out for Anubis. He's one of the stronger British players, so kind of dangerous, you know what I mean? So you gotta be really on top of that. So what we're gonna see though in terms of strategies from both of these players, we'll see. So first thing right away I notice, USA does not grab a trading post. He does not grab a trading post, so it's looking a little bit less likely that we're going to see a Scottish immigrant setup. We're likely going to see some sort of other setup of some kind. 1v1. Okay, so he's running French immigrants, Dutch immigrants, and Spanish immigrants in age 1. He's going to start with French. Okay, I know who this guy is. I think we've seen him yesterday, right? He starts out with French immigrants to get about 3 CBDs, which on itself is a pretty good card since CBDs have a better gather rate than standard villagers do, and also beefs up the stats of his regular settlers there to sort of look like CBDs, right? They'll have like pierce armor instead of hack armor, they'll have more HP, they'll have more speed and stuff. Yeah, that sort of thing. I think that could be great here because, as you know, Brits are not a simple civ. Yes, they are very greedy with their mana boom, but they pretty much secure the ability to go for early musket aggression while they're setting that up. So you need to be ready for both the defense and the offense when you're dealing with the Brits. That's just a fact, you know? And it's definitely having your vills have pierce armor and more HP is going to make the potential of pressure be a little bit less pressuring on you, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, this will be quite interesting. Yeah. What treasure is again? He's trying to get that 25 wood treasure. Yeah, pick that up. You definitely don't want Brits getting that, you know? Because here's the thing. Every time Brits get enough wood for a manor house and they build one, you're talking like another free villager here, right? So, yeah. Right now, Anubis is still on 2 manor houses because he's just aging up now. But very quickly, you're going to see the Brits move on to wood. And once they're chopping wood, they're going to be chopping for as many of these manor houses as possible. They cost about 140 wood, which is more than the average house. But that's because they give you a free villager when you can successfully construct them. So, talking like a ton of extra vills in a process we call the manor boom, where one manor house is being built after another until you reach 20 extra vills on the field, which is quite good, since, as you know, all the housing buildings have a build limit of 20 on average. So if you can build all 20 of them, 20 extra vills. It's very nice. Very good, actually. And then you pick up the governor here. It's usually the best choice because it gives you an outpost, which gives you a ton of flexibility, either defensively or offensively, where you send up your forward base. Also, that coin goes right into putting in musketeers, which is the British signature unit. I think for most situations you're going to see muskets of some kind from Brits. If you don't, it's a very weird setup of probably like pikemen, longbowmen or something, which is kind of rare, honestly, yeah. Especially considering the longbow costs are a little bit higher than that of the crossbowmen, so it's, you know, a little bit taxing to do, I would say. So he goes second card with the Spanish immigrants, gives you access to an outpost that you can put somewhere, and it unlocks the pikeman levy. So instead of levying Minutemen when you're in need, you can now like levy a group of pikemen. So better anti-cap by far, and also a unit that's pretty reasonable for sieging too, should they survive later on when you're trying to skirmish with them, yeah. We'll see how that ends up going. Yeah, most definitely. Starts out the game with the pikeman levy right then and there. I'm assuming he's going to try to find his barracks and try to press that, or at least have it. Oh, he's going to use it against the treasure here. So this is the 210 XP treasure you can get on the Great Plains map. Not as good as the 320 one, obviously, but it's the second best one, I would say, comparatively. Also ships in state militia to his outpost. That's great. And he's training some in too, so he's got a nice batch of state militia here to fight the muskets. State militia, they have a range of about 13, so just a little bit higher than that of a musketeer, right? 14 damage, and they have multipliers against heavy infantry, so pretty good, you know, basically like a crossbowman unit, honestly, so that's quite nice. I think he aged up with Virginia there, so that's pretty good. Very nice. Okay, so state militia should be aimed at the muskets there. If not, that's kind of an issue. Alright, back up before you get snared there. It's kind of a prom, pretty much. Yep. Okay, explorers down. Very good.
What is your command?
700 coin coming in for USA. That's probably a sign of an age up, I would say. Whereas Brits, they're also going with an age up. They're going to be shipping in about 6 longbowmen right now while they wait. Yeah, from one thing we remember about Anubis, he really is very keen on knowing when he has to age up. So he's not going to sit here in age 2 forever and let the USA exploit him with Gatling guns. Because what you're going to need to fight the USA Gatling guns is actually the 2 Falconet shipment. Because comparatively, Falconets dish out such good damage that they can like blast the Gatling guns pretty easily, you know. It's one of the faults of the Gatling gun. Against their intended target, the Gatling guns are beautiful, but they're not really good in the anti-artillery department. For that, you're going to need culverins, I would say. So, yeah, 2 Falconets definitely feels like a much stronger shipment when it comes to like fighting an enemy who's also running artillery, particularly Gatling guns, because then you can blast off those Gatling guns and then have a field day with the infantry, basically. Yeah. So here comes the, yep, one woman now. Still queuing up some muskets as well. Yep. What's USA go? So USA is going Kentucky, and he's picking up the Virginia plan. So the Virginia plan is kind of a cool card. I don't think we've actually seen Virginia at all in this tournament. What Virginia plan does, you send the card right. It gives you back the shipment that you just spent, and then it gives you another shipment. So you go in with 1 shipment and you come back with 2. So you can effectively send 2 cards instead of 1, which is really awesome, you know. So that's going to be a really nice value here for USA, because they'll probably be able to go Russian American company and then follow up with the Kentucky Hunters, I would assume, most likely. That should be quite good. Okay, so here's the Kentucky Hunters. Oh, he's going to go rolling artillery first, and then he's going to go Russian American company, I'm assuming. That would be the pretty average thing to do, I would say. He is going to pick up the Varan upgrade on the regulars.
Yes.
Is that right? Alright, so he is adding regulars in. I was just making sure he wasn't typoing there. He's going to be training in some carbine cavalry as well. Here comes the Gatlings. So yep, here's those wonderful falconets that Brit's got. He's got vets on his muskets too, right? So these are up. And he's probably going to follow it up with, well, 5 Hussar there, so he has a bit of hand cav. I think that's a pretty fair move. Typically, when you're planning your unit cards in a 1v1, you should try to send the unit cards that you don't have on the map already, right? And what do I mean by that? Basically, if you don't have a stable yet and it's going to be a bit taxing to get a stable, just send the Hussars out, because that's a unit that you can't get right now, and that's just going to make your army a little bit better, because now you got a very important unit that you actually need right there. That's going to give you a bit more reinforcement there, I would say. So that's good. Pretty good. Yeah. So where are these going to go? Let's find out. Russian-American company coming in now. I'm going to pay attention. Oh, he's training Gatling? Oh, he sent rolling artillery in twice. So we got 5 Gatling guns here. Probably because he knows these falconets can be very detrimental to him. So he wanted to include some extra ones. Alright, so let's see if these Gatling guns do their job. Yep, he's going to try to fight the Falcons first. See, this is part of the problem. The falconets do their damage in one shot, so they get more out. And if they like back up like this, the Gatling guns don't get to unleash their whole Gatling. You know, they only get to do part of their volley, which unfortunately weakens them a bit. But yeah, it looks like he is able to beat the Falcons. He's got the pikemen on top of the Hussars, which is great. He's got 1 Gatling gun left, but Anubis is quick to wipe it out quickly and push back his opponent. He's trying to get him back before these blockhouses come out so he can down these things. But USA is going to hold his ground, try to get some shots in him. And now the blockhouses are up, and they're going to provide some range cover support here for his army and force the British back. Yep. Picking up 1,000 wood right now, which is great for infrastructure. Should help out the USA quite a bit. Going to be doing some sharpshooters, it looks like. Sharpshooters, great skirmisher because they have some extra range of about 22. So they can outrange really all of the British stuff except for the longbowmen, I would say. Alright, a town center is coming up over here. Very nice. Okay, so Anubis is starting to train artillery from a foundry now because he does have 2 more. So that's quite interesting. Probably wants to keep these Falcons around as a defense against Gatlings as well as infantry. As well as something he can push the buildings with too, which is great.
Yes.
USA at this point has sharpshooters and the remainder of their army they had last time. They do have some carbine cav though, so they do have a solution to artillery potentially. But they're going to have to make some ground against these muskets though, so the light cav can actually connect to the artillery there. Otherwise the Brits going to be pretty defensive in making sure that these cannons do not get picked off. The Brits also pick up another falconet. They could pick up another one too, when they get another manor house, that is. Yeah, so they might want to be thinking about that.
What is your command? What is your command?
Ooh, carbine cav on top of the Vills. That's something. That's definitely something there, yeah. USA has gone Culverins, so a counteraction to the Falconets. Let's see if he can use these Culverins. Up, gets the first one. Great. Good job. It's going to force him to retreat those Falconets now. Actually, that was a big move right there. That's going to send Anubis packing a bit. Anubis branched off some of his muskets there, and he's going to have to send those back too. Very good. I think you're at least doing good for now. Score's actually pretty close as well. I mean, Anubis is only 600 or so points ahead at this point. So, I mean, he's kind of cooking right now. He's kind of cooking the meal, I would say, for sure. So that's great. You cooking, boy. You cooking good. So where we at now? Now we got, looks to be... I'm trying to watch these Culverins and... Oh, Brits get their own Culverins. Watch out, buddy. Watch out. Okay. So it's gonna be... They're gonna cancel each other out. Look at that. I think no. He's gonna beat his Culverin first. Okay. Alrighty. Now we can back it up and fight this Falconet here. Back up. Back up. Ooh, good. You get one. Beautiful. Okay, so he at least got one of the Falconets. That's important. That's great. So here comes the sharpshooters trying to keep down these muskets. It looks like, yep. Villagers should try to retreat. Absolutely. Now get these carbine cav here and finish off that last Falconet, please. You really need to do that. It's absolutely essential you do that, actually. So get that gear done. Brits going up to Industrial Age with the Tycoon. That should be pretty big, because now what's going to happen is the Brits are going to pick up the 3 rockets, and then they're going to go after the USA. So USA better have a game plan here, you know? Yeah, alright, so yes. USA does get a covered wagon out of his state capital, it looks like. Basically allows you, after you research a tech, to get it for a bit cheaper, which is good. So you end up saving a bit of wood on your town center. That's always great. What can USA send here still? It's got 5 carbine cav. He's got Pololsky. He's got the 3 outposts there. I don't know. It's really challenging. Yeah, I think if he waits too long, though, Brits are just going to go Industrial Age, which they are doing, and be able to get, like, Red Coat upgrade, and then those muskets are really going to start shining big time. So he's got to be careful here. Yeah.
That ye ransom.
Okay, a Culverin and 3 rockets. Congreve rockets are like absolutely dangerous. Because how the Congreve rockets work, they just do a ton of splash and they have like all around high damage. So they'll like obliterate all these infantry. The only thing they get is the malice against cavalry a bit. But other than that, they just do very intense crush damage. They like spray over a large area there, so that should be quite good. Alright, so he's got about 3 rockets now. He's going to be getting veteran on his longbowmen, so he's focusing on getting veteran on the archers now, which I think is okay at this point. What next? Is he going to go for Gentleman of the Pike? Is he going to go 2 rockets? He's got some options here, honestly. I think, though, things get a lot dicier now that the rockets there. It really forces USA to use these Culverins wisely and try to take out as many of the rockets as you can. You can get this one here, but since the rocket is so sturdy, it actually takes about 3 Culverin shots to take it out. So he's still going to get it. Let's see if we can get another rocket there. It's a Falconet then, which is great. Very great. Very good.
Yes.
Yes. What is your command?
Very interesting, yeah.
I'm sorry, grieved. I may not steer her.
Oh, robber barons. Okay, so he is going to start adding in factories. I think that's pretty fair compromise because if he doesn't need the rockets, he can put them on resources and get some pretty fair stuff there. So I think factories is a pretty okay idea at this point to set up some eco. Because you do need to keep up eco here, especially to keep up with this army. Because how much does USA have at this point? He's got
I'm ready.
17 of these carbine cav. He's got a big army of sharpshooters. He's got some owl hoots now. He did send Kentucky hunters. That's why he has so many skirms right there right now, by the way. So yeah, that's pretty much why. He is going to pick up Continental Rangers to get the stats up on his skirmisher type units, so his owl hoots and his sharpshooters, but also his state militias. So that should be quite good. Now we're going to see these rockets slowly creep up and try to go for these structures. This town center here. 12 guard Ulans coming in for USA. Pulowski Legion. Now let's see if these well, the problem is Anubis is setting up so good here with this infantry surround the town center that he gives the culverins very little quarter to go after the artillery. So he's actually doing his artillery service there by having his infantry forward like that. Right. And USA does not have any sort of like Gatling gun or horse artillery right now. So really Anubis's infantry can afford to go a little bit forward and like chum block to protect the artillery. Right. However, USA did just get 12 guard Ulans here. He can potentially cause some havoc going after the longbowmen or the artillery or both. So yeah, that's one potential threat to worry about if you're British here. Yeah. USA is going to go industrial age too. They just picked up statehood there. That'll make their age up faster. So it'll make it a more secure age up. And what will they pick up if they do it? Then just heavy cannons. Yeah, just heavy cannons. Just one card. Oh. That's not good. Not good at all. Yeah. No. So it looks like Culverins take out a rocket there. Sharpshooter's doing pretty good against the muskets. Yep, gets a rocket there, gets a Culverin. Okay, the artillery is cleared out. It's that Culverin right there. Alright, all the artillery is cleared out, and he's retained his skirmisher mass. Very good. What's again? Okay, so he just picked up redcoats now, so his longbowmen are guard, his musketeers are guard right now. He's really upgrade all of his troops. He's shipping in 2 rockets. Yep, this is an infinite card, so you can use it again and again and again and again. So that's a very powerful card for the Brits because it just gives you the ability to supply constant rockets. Even if you don't want to configure your factories to rockets and you actually want to keep getting resources. Gives you a bit of flexibility there as the Brits to get the best of both rockets and economy, which is good. Alright, so outpost wagons. Made those from the state capital there. He's going to turn them into more blockhouses again. Since blockhouses count as one of the buildings that frontier wagons can actually construct. It's kind of a neat trick, because normally they can only build outposts, but if you do send Russian-American company, it enables the blockhouse, and thus if you lose them, you can rebuild them with it, which is a really convenient strategy. Yeah. Okay, so culverins take out another rocket there, forces the R1 to retreat. See if he can pull back with these culverins, yeah. Fall back, fall back. Fall back right now. Yeah, fall back. Right there. Longbowmen right on top of the villages. Very nice.
What is your command?
I am wounded. To battle! To battle!
Okay, so right now it's even Steven, but let's see what happens. Still has a barracks here. Blockhouse is on this side. I still think USA is holding pretty strong though. Yeah.
Orders?
Picking up his first estate technology now, so his coin rate should improve a bit. Does he have any eco-techs? Not really. I mean, he does have the coal mines here. He can also get the bank as well. That actually hasn't been sent yet. What's going on with this?
Fetch a medic.
So Hussars are going to connect with the Longbowmen. Very nice. Pretty good there. He did use the Georgia Hussars there to get the Baron upgrade for free. That's always a nifty trick. Holding the line against the infantry. Culverins are you gotta get that rocket there. Yeah, now I can pull back. Watch out though, because those rockets can actually counter culverins if they're not careful. Longbowmen are picking off that culverin though and wiping it out, so I think it's GG. He needed the culverin there to beat the rockets though. Yeah, no, he needed the culverin there. I don't know what he can do now. Oh, Hussars coming from the side, getting the. If he needed to get the rockets though, he didn't need a culverin there. But he had very little wiggle room, so. Not much blame in there, I would say. No. Sharpshooters doing good against those archers, I think. Yep. GG. Very nice. Good job. Good job, man. Good. Yeah, Anubis is a tough cookie. You gotta be careful of him with his British. It was looking like Tuna had a few opportunities to beat out his army there outright and push him, but just wasn't able to clinch it, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely not.